What is going on, YouTube? In today's video, we're talking about Bitcoin news, Bitcoin prices, and some movement with Fusex, HPB, Vechain, and Zilliqa. All positive things despite the downturn in the market. Stay tuned. All that is coming up right now. What? An intro video? Whoa, Crypto Bros taking a step up in the world. What is going on, guys? Rodney here with Crypto Bros. Welcome to today's video. Obviously, I'm excited about my little intro video. Hope you guys liked it, but we have a very cool video today. A lot of positive things happening in the crypto space despite the kind of downturn in the price points in the market. We will talk about all that in just a second. Quickly wanted to say thank you to everyone who has been subscribing to the channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, all you have to do, come over here, hit the subscribe button. There should be a little one around my face. That being said, let's jump right in. So the first and foremost, the big article of the weekend is the fact that the parent company of the New York Stock Exchange has announced that it is building another company called Bakkt, which is a new ecosystem for cryptocurrencies. They're doing this along with, or partnering with Starbucks and Microsoft and a couple others. Huge piece of news for the crypto space. There's actually a full article from Forbes on this that I'll post down below that you guys can read through. It's quite long, you know, multi-facet project they have going on, a couple tiers of things they need to implement. But this is a shorter one, just kind of talking about some of the potential positives, one of them being more institutional investors from cryptocurrencies. Obviously, we've been seeing this trend already. You know, potentially some movement from the SEC and the way they look at cryptocurrencies in general. Also in terms of maybe capital gains. You know, if we start seeing, you know, some of this activity with Bitcoin, we may see the capital gains tax removed. Of course, everything I'm saying here is speculation, but very big nonetheless. You know, if people start seeing that you know, the NYSE or ICE is the parent company name, is kind of given Bitcoin the stamp of approval, this could do a lot of things for the crypto space. So that seems to be the big one. Although, if we do look at the actual current price points, you know, Bitcoin is approaching, you know, it is under $7,100, $7,043.09, with a current market cap of 254 billion. You know, this news came out yesterday, and Bitcoin was holding strong, or was holding right around 7,500 bucks. Obviously, has retraced another 400 bucks essentially. But if you guys watched my video the other day, from this analysis, Mark Dukas on Bitcoin Live, he essentially was saying like, hey, we're forming a cup and handle, but if we drop below $7,285, which we have, we're likely going to see a Bitcoin price retracement down into the mid 6,000s. You know, I've seen projections from like 62 to 68, but it sounds like we are going back into the 6Ks. So anyway, all eyes are on Bitcoin. In other news, though, there's a bunch of other cooler projects doing a wide variety of things. First and foremost, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Fusex. It is a, it's kind of like a credit card, but for your cryptocurrencies. This holds debit cards, credit cards, rewards cards, and your cryptos. They kind of closed their beta testing on 7/30. In this short little video here, it basically shows them buying a cup of coffee using the Fusex card, but the whole system is working together. So you can see in their hand here, they have the card, they buy the cup of coffee, this exchange, which is holding the currency, updates, as well as the application updates with the new balance after the purchase, and they're doing all this in real time. So exciting news for their project. Also, in other news here, this is what I find even more interesting. Turn down that volume, is the fact that Fusex has announced they are partnering with Roger Ver and Bitcoin.com. You know, not a huge piece there, but what is more interesting is the fact, it's this right here, Bitcoin Cash is replacing Bitcoin Core as the base currency on the platform. I'm not exactly sure how I feel about that, just because everybody typically, you know, just because there's such a huge debate on the two. You know, do I think it's cool if they add Bitcoin Cash? Sure. But to remove Bitcoin completely from the card, I find that, or at least what they're saying here, I find that fairly controversial, and I think people, you know, are either going to be really excited about that or really bummed about it. I don't actually know, but nonetheless, cool to see movements on this. Also, moving on, just quick, so last week I talked about doing a giveaway for breaking 5,000 subscribers. One of the things I was working on was to be able to give away a hard wallet. So I'm not sure if you guys have heard of Cool Wallet S. You know, it's a cold hardware. It's a hardware wallet for cold storage, except it's very thin. You can transport it with you. You can keep it in your wallet. Yet, you know, it operates and holds all your cryptocurrencies and whatnot, ERC20s. Pretty cool project. I will be giving one of these away next week. It does have some, you know, pretty good backing on it. People said some great things on it, including Charlie Lee, Kyber Capital, SBI Holdings CEO. So we'll do a review, go through all this, but I will be giving one of these away. Very cool in that regard. So thank you guys for subscribing. Also, High Performance Blockchain just recently announced a couple pretty large partnerships to be adding to their ecosystem. If we're looking at price points in general, currently trading at $1.50, which is down from its all-time high of $9.20. That's about 6x just back up to the all-time high. Obviously, people, those things are easy to say just considering the massive pullback we've seen, especially as we've seen Bitcoin dominance jump and altcoins bleed. But, you know, positivity in the space for the fact that, you know, more companies are adopting blockchain, are finding projects to utilize within their own. So the two partnerships that we're actually talking today, one of them is called Profit, and one of them is actually a gaming application. But it's also worth noting that they do have their mainnet version 1.1 release in 23 days, and then also a scheduled kind of partnership about 2 months from now with UnionPay. So a lot of things going for this project. Obviously, we just have to look past the price points. First one on the docket is the fact that they have partnered with Profit. If you're wondering what Profit is the world's leading blockchain prediction mobile social media platform. They've essentially just adapted or are converting over to HPB's DApp ecosystem. Obviously, this is good for both companies in the fact that HPB is building their own ecosystem. But to talk a little bit more about what these guys have going on, it says currently Profit services are rapidly developing as a wide range of applications that are emerging, such as stock market predictions and even sport event result forecasting, among other new forecasting methods. They currently have 430,000 effective registered users that are participating on forecasting, reaching more than 17 million participations for different forecasting topics. Very cool piece there. Then the other one that is worth noting is the Oasis DApp is also kind of adopting the HPB blockchain. In this article, it's super interesting. They're essentially saying like, hey, we were using the Ethereum blockchain, transactions per second weren't keeping up, so we're kind of making the conversion. So again, great for HPB in terms of building out their own ecosystem. But you know, just referring to the article, it says HPB is now cooperating with established blockchain gaming company Oasis DApp. This cooperation will accelerate the adoption for commercial gaming applications as a part of our growing DApp ecosystem. The gaming industry is making large steps towards blockchain adoption and integration and quickly moves towards mainstream adoption. The blockchain-based game Oasis Football was a developed decentralized application currently running on Ethereum, smart contracts, limited transactions per second. Obviously, that's why they're making the switch. Then it says Oasis DApp is convinced about HPB's concept and performance capabilities and hence will redeploy Oasis Football on HPB, building the gaming DApp using HPB. Very cool stuff there. Moving on, I think this might be my favorite kind of news piece that's come out in the last couple of days. It says, introducing Vechain's drug and vaccine traceability solution. The first part of this article just kind of talks about all the issues that are happening in China with their Food and Drug Administration, all the scandals, all the shady things going on, all the fake pharmaceuticals that are kind of produced and put out there, you know, kids dying, crazy stuff on that. Interesting read, sad, but here steps in kind of Vechain and their partnership with DNVGL. And they're basically saying because DNGVL provides certifications for big pharma in Shanghai, Vechain is able to kind of project their blockchain project across China. Essentially what it's saying here, we'll just get down to the meat of the article. It says Vechain, which is leveraging a public blockchain technology to rapidly advance drug traceability, monitoring, security, and auditing. I had this highlighted, so I don't know what happened to it, but Vechain is the only approved blockchain traceability provider in Shanghai and has been tasked to achieve China's traceability requirements by 2020. Vechain's traceability solution is being developed and tested in Shanghai and will soon be rolled out across China. This is actually huge news for Vechain, essentially because we are seeing real-world use cases. This is going to be kind of falling on their Vechain THor blockchain. Of course, we've talked about this before, using their tracking devices and the things they have. So obviously, love seeing real-world use cases and adoption of these technologies. So shout out to Vechain. Also, side note, if you guys still have your Vechain actually on a cold storage wallet like I do, mine's still sitting on my Trezor. I was traveling, I couldn't get it over to Binance quick enough for Binance to do the swap for me. So if you're panicking about that, don't. You can actually go download the Vechain THor wallet application and you'll be able to do the swap. The thing to know right now is the fact that this is their video that kind of shows you how to do it. If you go to the vechain.org, then go over here to the wallet piece, you'll be able to scroll down and find this video that kind of walks you through how to do the swap. The issue is that on the application, this Vechain token swap services is not yet available. It will be sometime in August. I'll keep you guys updated on that. But if you haven't made the swap of your VEN to VET yet, you still have time. Just don't miss out on it. Lastly, just rounding it out is my boy Zilliqa. I'm obviously a Zilliqa fanboy. They've got some great things coming up, including their true official mainnet launch in 2 months, but they're also signing partnerships as well. And again, while we've seen this massive pullback in the market, in terms of price points, there's a lot of these projects that are continuing to press forward, Zilliqa being one of them. So we actually flip over to their Twitter page. Well, I don't have the thing up that I wanted, but the two things I wanted to reference was one, they have now officially made their code base open source. That means any developer can jump on their code, start building applications, start doing all kinds of different activities on the Zilliqa blockchain, which has also led to a couple other partnerships as well as some other ICO opportunities. So the one of two that we're going to talk about today is actually their partnership with Infoteria, and it says Zilliqa platform will be made available to 6,500 enterprise customers through Asteria middleware software, which is one of the products offered by Infoteria. If you guys are curious, here's a full article that just kind of breaks this down, and then we'll quickly look at the website. But it says Japanese enterprise software firm Infoteria Corporation has partnered with blockchain startup Zilliqa to enable enterprise systems to easily utilize Zilliqa's platform. Infoteria specializes in development of business software for sale for different companies. You guys can check that out. Their website's sharp. You can check out the products and services they offer. Our mission is to connect people and technology to simplify lives. We aim to provide products and services that have value, originality, driving tangible business benefits, blah, blah, blah. Very cool there to kind of see, a business piece adapt the blockchain. Obviously love that. So if we scroll over here, we can obviously see one of the ICO projects that are using them is called Immediate. What they're doing is accepting Zilliqa as a payment to actually buy in on their ICO, but two, will be utilizing the Zilliqa blockchain. What these guys are doing is they're building a smart insurance ecosystem that kind of connects all parties together. I haven't dug in deep on there, but I think it's going to be maybe similar to PolicyPal and that whole blockchain product. But nonetheless, very cool to see these blockchain projects, especially some of my favorite ones like Zilliqa, starting to get adoptions from not only companies, but also ICO projects. All that being said, guys, that is all I have for you today. As always, appreciate the views, appreciate your time. If you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, feel free to come over here, hit the subscribe button. Have a great weekend, and I will check you guys later.